Hello everyone, my name is Mohit Gosavi and I'm mentor and R&D engineer at ScienceX. So in this video, we are going to learn how to make a ball catch game in your PyPy editor. That is nothing but pypy.js, which is based on JavaScript. So let's have a quick look of this game. So if I click on this play button, so as you can see, the circles are falling. Okay, so I just need to click on the circle. So I'll just have some score. Okay, so that is, I guess, very fast. Okay, and you can see if I miss some circles or balls, so I'll decrement the score. So as you can see, I'm not doing anything. So my score is in minus. So how we are going to can simply say make your this project in your py.js. Okay, so I'll just save this file first. Okay, so you can save your file also. So I'll just open another window and let you know how to log in py. So you just need to search py.js web editor. So it's a kind of web platform where you can code. So first I'll just click on this py.js editor. You can search py.js editor and you can simply see the very first link, py.js web editor. So just need to click on that. Okay, so after click on this, you can see this kind of window over there. Okay, so function setup, create canvas, function draw, background color. So these are the inbuilt instruction that you'll get. Okay, so what are these instructions and how it will do or do something else for us? How we can code this? So function setup. So function setup is nothing but your initializing part. Okay, so the code which run only once will insert that code or will write that code in your create canvas. This is like we have a create canvas. So canvas is nothing but an output window. Okay, output window size. So that is 400 comma 400. So I'll just make it a 600 comma 600. 600 comma sorry 600. Okay. So what is the 600 comma 600? So this is nothing but x comma y. So that is nothing but your vertical size of a window and your horizontal size of a window. That is 600 points comma 600 points. Okay, then we have a function draw. Function draw in that we have a background color. So if I run this code, so as you can see at the right hand side, the preview side screen, we have some grayish screen. So background color 220, 220 is a color, you can simply say value of your gray color. So if I go for can simply say 255, so it will totally white. Okay, so you can see a total white output preview screen. Okay, so I'll take it as gray only, make it as default only. Okay, now let's start to make your game. So how to make a game? So first thing that we need that are your two circles, the two main important circles which are falling, or the two balls. Okay, so I'll just press enter. So for your balls of our circle, the simple instruction is circle. Yes, obviously. So for that, we just need to write down circle, open round bracket, close round bracket. Then we just need to do something over here. Okay, we just need to insert some commands. Okay, that are your coordinates. So before that, we just need to fill some color in your color. Fill the color in your circle. Sorry. So fill, open round bracket, close round bracket, and in your two round brackets, we need the color of your circle. So that I'll take first as a red. So red having 255 comma 0 comma 0. So 255 that means RGB, red, green, and blue. Okay, so 255 means kind of light red color you will get. Okay, and give a semicolon. Semicolon is very, very important. It's like a full stop. Okay, so if you give a full stop at the end of the sentence, that would be very good. So let's initialize some variables now because you can see the preview of your game. So the circles are falling. Correct. So for that we require some variables. So we require 5 variables that I'll let you know which are they. So the first two are x comma y. Okay, as that work for the first circle. Then we have x1 comma y1. So that are work for the second circle. And the fifth and very important thing is your score. So as you can see in your preview screen, I have some score at the top left side. Correct. So in the top left side, we require that variable whose name is score. So for variable, we'll go for var. Okay, var. Then I'll go for name of variable, that is x is equal to then the value. Okay, so I need at can say the starting point. So I'll take it a random value that would be 200. Okay, and go semicolon. Okay, semicolon. As I said, it's very important. Each and every after each and every line. Okay, you just need to give semicolon over there. Okay, so now for the second variable. Okay, so the second variable name would be var. Yes, obviously y is equal to, initially the value will be 0. Okay, because we need to start at the top of the screen. So at the top of the screen, the value of y would be 0, and at the bottom of the screen, the y value is 600 as they are mentioned in your canvas. Okay, now another two variables for your second circle. Okay, so second circle or second ball. So variable x1 is equal to make it as random value. Okay, so I have a whole plane of 600 points, so I'll take it as a 500. It's a random number. Okay, then enter. Then again variable. Yes, obviously for the y1, which is for the second circle or second ball. So initially the value would be 0 semicolon. Okay, now I required one more variable, that is score. So var is, sorry, I will make it as s capital. Okay, score, and initially the score will be, you all know, initially the score will be 0. So we are finished with your variable part, or initializing your all that things for moving your circles and incrementing your score. Now, now let's go for your circle thing. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have a circle. So I'll just go for the circle command consists of some parameters that are x, comma y, comma diameter. X, comma y, comma diameter. So I'll go for x, comma y, comma diameter. You can take it as 40. Okay, so it's a medium kind of circle we'll get. Okay, then we'll semicolon. Okay, then for the second circle, yes, obviously for second circle we just need to mention another color. Okay, so we have one circle of red color, so we'll go for second circle as a blue color. So fill, can simply say, I said RGB. Okay, so the first circle is of red color. Now the second circle will be of blue color, so that is a 0, comma 0, comma yes, absolutely right, 255. Okay, and give a semicolon. Then then we have finished all your circle part. So let's try to run this code. Okay, if I run this code, so you can see I have two circles. Okay, you can see only one circle. Okay, because I mentioned only one circle. Okay, now it's time for the second circle. Okay, now for second circle, you go for circle. Now for second circle, we initialize to another variables that are x1, comma y1. So we'll go for x1, comma y1, comma then diameter. So I'll take this as can simply say a bit small circle. We'll go for 20. Okay, half of the first circle size, and give a semicolon. Okay, and if I run this much code, so you can observe two circles, which is having a red color and which one is having a blue color. Okay, but it's not moving, so we just need to code like this. It should be moved. Okay, I'll just stop this uh, code. So the running of the code. Now let's go for your moving part. Okay, so for moving part, we just need to increase the variable value. So how to increase the variable value? So it is very simple. You just need to write a simple equation, that is y is equal to y plus then we'll have, you need to guess a number, not guess a number, actually you just need to write down a number, which is nothing but the speed of your falling circle. So I'll make it as 3. Okay, which is a bit slow. Then for the second circle, okay, for second circle, I'll go for y1 is equal to y1 plus. Okay, so this circle is a bit fast. Okay, so we'll have fun in the game. So we'll go for 6. Okay, to double up the speed. So if I run this code, so you can observe the two circles are falling at the different speed. Okay, again, if I run the code, the two circles are falling at the different speed. Okay, so this much is for your falling. Okay, now it's time for adding the text. Yes. Okay, so text size. Okay, oh sorry, size. Okay, text size. So what is text size? Text size is nothing but your score. the word written as SCORE. So we need to code for that also. Okay, so text size, open round bracket, close round bracket, and I'll make it as 32. Okay, and I'll give a semicolon. Okay, let's make some space for your code. Okay, so text size is mentioned. Now I just need to write down the text over there, correct? So I'll go for text. Okay, open round bracket, close round bracket, and give a double inverted comma. Okay, and write score. Okay, so double inverted comma means if you write double inverted comma, so it will write only the name of the variable, which is nothing but score. Okay, it won't write the value of the variable. Okay, now I'll go for the position. Okay, I'll go for 20 comma and simply say 20 comma 30. Okay, and give a semicolon over there, and if I try to run this, oh, it's a very good position. Let's make it great. So we'll go for 10. Okay, so what happens if x will be 10? So okay, you can observe the score is shift a bit left. Okay, so at the top left we have the value 0. Okay, so yeah, sure. So we have a score. Now we just need to add the score part also, because we just need to increment the values also. So we'll go for text. Then open round bracket, close round bracket, then S capital, score, comma. Okay, then the position of your number. Okay, so I guess y will be the same, which is 30, but x will change. Okay, so x will be, I guess, something around, I'll take 100 first. Okay, let's check what happened with 100. Okay, so if I play this, oh, okay, so we got the score at the very good position. Okay, I'm guessing the number actually. So yeah, so we've done all these things. Okay, so if I run this, so you can observe we have score and balls are falling, or the circles are falling. Okay, now it's time for the condition. Yes. So the condition is very simple. If your circle is fall and touch at the bottom of your screen or the canvas, so your score will be decremented by them. Correct? Now that is a condition. So I'll take it as if. Okay. So if then give a round bracket. Okay, so in the round bracket you just need to mention the condition. So what is the condition? The condition is very simple. That is, if y is greater than, let's say, 600. We have the number 600, so we'll go for 580. Okay, so if the y is greater than 580, that means it's touching at the bottom of your uh, canvas. Okay, so give a semicolon. Okay, so bottom of the canvas, if y is greater than 580, so what we need to do? Okay, so for that we just need to open a curly bracket. So in curly bracket we just need to mention the condition. So what is the condition if the y is greater than 580? So the very first condition, make y to 0. Okay, yeah, sure. So it's very simple. So we'll make y is equal to 0. Okay, it's oh, sorry, 0. Then give a semicolon, then press enter. Now second thing, what we need to do, we just need to appear the circle at the random position. Correct? Yes. Okay, so we'll go for the random position code. Okay, so that x. Okay, so x will be random. So x is equal to random. Okay, random is a thing in which it will simply select any random values. So we just need to mention the starting and the ending point of your values. So it will select between them. So I'll have can simply say 0 to 600 areas. I'll make it a bit short. So I'll go for 100 to 500. Okay, so 100 form of 500. Okay, now the third thing that we need to do is, yes, obviously decrement the score. So is equal to score is equal to score minus 1. Okay, and give a semicolon. Okay, so I guess let's try. Let's run this code. So if I start the code, oh, okay. So as you can see, the red ball is, can simply say, moving like this. Okay, So what we need to do now? Okay, so it's a very okay. So as you can see, so the circles are falling, and the red circle which I mentioned, or which I code, is you can simply say appearing at the random position from 0 to 600 or 100 to 500. Okay, now it's for your one circle. Now go for the next circle, that is if. Okay, then we have a condition. So if, open round bracket, close round bracket, and we just need to do some smart work. Okay, so I'm going to just select this all. Okay, let's say this. Okay, let's go control C, and just paste this. Okay, so this is kind of smart work, you can simply say, because we have two variables, that is x1 and y1. So I'll just put y1, and here's the y for y1 and x for x1. Okay, so same code for both of them. Okay, so if I start the simulation, yes, or you can simply say run the code, so you can simply see the circles are falling at the random speed, and they are appearing at random position at the top of your canvas. Okay, so this much is done. Now it's for your very important thing, and that is nothing but how to catch and how to hold. If I catch the ball, then it will increment my score by one. Okay, so let's do for that also. Okay, I'll just make some space over here. Okay, so for that we just need to create a separate function, just like you have a separate function of function draw and function setup. So this is a separate function that is called as function mouse is pressed. Okay, so I'll go for function mouse is pressed. Okay, open round bracket, close round bracket. Okay, then open a curly bracket and press enter. Okay, so this is a rule kind of thing. So the code that you need to do is between your two curly brackets. Okay, now what is the condition of this thing? Okay, so this is kind of based on your mouse x and mouse y. Okay, so as you can see, if I moving my cursor, so that contain my some x and y values in the screen. Okay, or in your output screen. Okay, now how to code that? Okay, just a second. Okay, bracket and okay. So that is one of condition. Okay, so we have one condition also. So if, okay, so the condition is can simply say kind of selecting the area. Okay, so if mouse x, okay, sorry, mouse x, okay, capital X. Okay, mouse x is what is the diameter of the first circle? What is the diameter of the first circle? I guess that is nothing but 40. Okay, let's have a look. What is the diameter of the first circle? Yeah, sure. Okay, so this is the diameter of first circle, that is 40. Okay, so what is the condition? So mouse x is less than. Okay, if mouse x is less than x plus 40. Okay, so initially x value is 0. Okay, so x plus 40 and and okay, we require and condition. So for and condition we just need to double cancel, so the double and kind of thing. Okay, so what it will do is, so and double and, okay, so and we have a mouse x, so it's kind of a range. We need to select a range that is plus 40 to minus 40. Okay, so to select the range again, I just need to write in the same instruction, that is mouse, mouse, capital X is greater than, okay, which is greater than x minus 40. Okay, and we required one more and also. Okay, so what is that for? What is that for? So double and, okay, I'll just press enter over here. Okay, double and something else. Yes, obviously you're correct. So that is mouse. Okay, I'll just be in a line. Okay, so mouse, mouse, y is again same as greater than minus 40 and less than plus 40. So same goes for this also. Okay, which is less than, but here you come y plus 40. Okay, so y plus 40 again, and mouse y, sorry, mouse y is greater than y minus 40. Okay, so this is your condition. Okay, this is your simply full condition. Okay, now what happened? What happened in this? Okay, so yes, obviously curly bracket open, curly bracket close. Now, if that means if you click on your circle, which is of diameter of minus 40 to plus 40, which is can simply say, if you click on the circle between the range of plus 40 to minus 40, which is nothing but diameter of a circle. Okay, so what happened? That means you catch the ball. Yes, you click the ball. So what you just need to do, same this instruction come. Okay, so I'll just make it very simple. We'll do a smart work once again. Okay, select this. Okay, copy this, come down over here. Okay, and between this curly bracket paste over here, and instead of minus you just need to write down plus, so that your ball will go up and y is equal to 0, and it will select the random value of your x position. Okay, now let's check whether it's working or not. Okay, if I run this code, okay, this is for only red, so oh, okay, so this is for blue. Okay, okay, so as you can see, I'm not able to catch the ball because the speed is very fast. Okay. Okay, so why it's not catching? Because we don't mouse is press. Instead of that, we just need to write on mouse press. And if I click on this, okay, and if I click on the red circle, oh, you can observe it's catching the ball. Okay, that was pretty good. But it's not catching the blue ball because we need to code for the blue ball also. Okay, now let's go for the blue one. Okay, so yes, obviously we're going to do some smart work. Okay, select all this. Okay, copy this, then come a bit down over here, press enter, paste over here. Okay, and instead of your each and every x, you just need to write down x1. Yes, over here you just need to write down x1, y1, y1, because the code will be same. We just need to place one over there because you have the two variables, okay, that are work for your first and second circle. Okay, now let's check if I run this code. So okay, so it's catching. Okay, so the blue one was very fast, so I'm not able to catch that. Okay. Okay, so I guess this required a lot of practice. So yeah, this is a very short and simple code to make a game in a FIFA editor. Yeah, hope you enjoyed, learn something new. Thank you so much. Stay tuned.